Apologize, y'all. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Oh man, I was not expecting to be on here this early, but appreciate all you guys being in here. We got some breaking news this morning out of Philadelphia. Finally, yesterday we signed an external free agent in A.J. Dillon, which I talked about in my last video. So after this stream, go check that out. But now we have a new pass rusher. So let's get right into it here. Pull this up. Let's see here. So here it is from Adam Schefter 34 minutes ago. So I'm a little bit late. I'm later than I wanted to be. But he says, pass rush help for the Philadelphia Eagles reached agreement today on a one-year deal with former Chiefs free agent linebacker Joshua Uche, who now will try to help replace Josh Sweat and Brandon Graham, deal negotiated by Drew Rosenhaus and Kyle Lincoln. Now, this is a move that I don't think is a surprise. I had said kind of all offseason that I thought we were going to get some cheap, kind of veteran, like decent free agent pass rusher. I know everyone was talking about Myles Garrett, Trey Hendrickson, guys like that. And I've talked about them too because that's been, a lot of the rumors. But this is the direction I thought they were going to go with addressing the edge rusher position. So, and then I think, draft as well. I think they'll take somebody, and that's what I'm hoping for. But this is a move that I don't think comes as a surprise, is what I'm really saying. Josh Uche is a name that's been linked to the Eagles for a while now. I think at the trade deadline last year, we were talking about him. He's just someone we've been mentioned for a bit. So overall, I think this is a good move. Like, obviously, he's not going to be – well, actually, we don't know because I think he's got high potential. This guy is someone who – let me pull up his stats real fast, actually. Sorry if I'm a bit all over the place because I was not expecting to be on here right now, but let's pull this up. So he's interesting because – he's kind of been like, he hasn't been a super, super productive player numbers-wise, as you can see here, consistently. Last year with the Chiefs and Patriots, he had just 2 sacks, 0 with the Chiefs, just 23 combined tackles. Year before that with the Patriots, 3 sacks. 2022 was his one big season where he had 11.5 sacks. So he's got it in him to go off and have these bigger years, but he just hasn't done it, the past couple seasons. And the years before that, even 2020 and 2021, he was 1 sack, 3 sacks. Like he wasn't super impactful. So I don't see this as being like the move to shore up the pass rushing position, like the edge rusher position. But I do think it's a good depth signing. I think it's a good low risk, high reward kind of move for the Eagles to bring someone in here who has high potential. Maybe he hasn't produced the past couple seasons or the couple seasons before he had his one big year, but you at least know that he's got that potential in there to, go off, have 10 plus sacks in a season. And it's for 1 year, probably cheap. I don't think the details on how much he's being paid are out, but I like it. I think he's Some humble servant right here says, remember when the Eagles signed Zach Bond and no one was excited? Zach Bond 2.0. I think that's a little – I think Zach Bond might be 1 in a million kind of guy. Like, you don't see that often, but who knows? Like, he's – Uche, again, he has potential. He's I don't know. He's an intriguing player. I like the signing, again, as a low-risk, high-reward move. I will say I saw these stats here from PFF, so let me pull that up real quick as well. So they're saying that Josh Uche, since 2022, he has a 16.7 pressure rate, which is 6th among edge defenders. So, again, I think it's a good low-risk, high-reward move. I'm not exactly saying that, again, this isn't going to be your move that it's not going to be your last move at edge rusher. I think they will draft somebody. That's what I'm hoping, at least. But I think it's a good guy to get depth. And, he's got high potential, like I said. So curious to know your guys' thoughts on it real quick, and I'll talk about some other stuff as well. Wesley Martin says, will Jelix Hunt still start? I mean, I don't think we're going to really know how that all shakes out until training camp and all that. I think I'm hoping, at least with the way the roster looks right now. Again, obviously we could draft somebody. And also we don't know what they want to do with Bryce Huff because he still is on a big contract like I talked about in my video yesterday. I don't think they're going to trade. I don't think they're going to trade him just because they'd have to get a huge dead cap hit. Says, is this good for us? I say it is a good low-risk, high-reward move. It's not, obviously, again, it's not the move that's going to, take you to the next level, more than likely. But I do think, again, he had 11.5 sacks in 2022. Been rather inconsistent otherwise. But you can see here, since 2022, he's got a 16.7 pressure rate. So at least he's been getting pressure on the quarterback. Eagles for Life says, I'd rather us get Azeez, not going to from the Giants. He's younger and come from Georgia. I agree. That's the guy who I really wanted, was Azeez Ojulari. And who knows? Maybe we could still get him. We don't know. But, Gary says it's a marginal move depth. I probably agree with you. I think he'll be, your third or fourth edge rusher as it sits right now. And that's depending on, whether we draft somebody or not. But I think it's a good low-risk, high-reward move. I don't think you're expecting him to come in here and get 10 sacks, but he's got that potential, which I think is a good thing. Gary says, yeah, this is the tough thing. Winning comes at a cost. He says, when you win the Super Bowl, you pick last in every round of the draft. You play a first-place schedule the following year, and teams will try to poach every free agent you have. That's exactly what has happened. Again, as I've talked about the past couple of videos, the Eagles do have a plan, but it's rough to see. It's tough. Wesley says Bryce Huff is a glorified bench warmer. You know what's interesting? I had a dream last night. That Bryce Huff was absolutely wreaking havoc in some. I forget who they were playing. This is really weird, but I don't know who they were playing. But I remember one specific play where he just destroys the tackle, gets a forced fumble on the quarterback. Quarterback somehow gets the ball back. Huff gets back up and sacks him again. So he gets 2 sacks in the same play plus a strip sack. I don't know. It was a weird dream, but maybe, who knows? Dreams can mean some stuff sometimes. I'm hoping he works out. It's just he was not good last year, so we'll see. I feel like Howie's going to pop off in the draft. I agree. He always does. They got 8 picks in this draft, all in the first 5 rounds. They got 4 fifth-round picks. So I feel like that's some ammo for Howie to make some trades, make some moves to move up. Jose says, if you put him on the line with Jalen Carter, he should give us something because you already know Carter getting double-teamed. Yeah, Jalen Carter's crazy. We know that, and he's always going to draw a lot of attention from the opposing offensive line. It's just, Uche did play with Chris Jones in KC. So, we'll see. I'm just, again, 16.7% pressure rate, 6th among edge defenders since 2022. That's promising. The 11.5 sacks from 2022 is promising. Again, you don't quite know what you're going to get with him. I think it's very similar to the A.J. Dillon move they made yesterday. Get a guy in here who has had success, but you don't quite know what he's going to give you. So it's a cheap move. It's for 1 year, short term, so low risk, high reward. I think it's a solid move, but what's his contract? I don't think we know the exact details yet, Wesley. Again, I don't think this is a surprising move at all. The interesting, though, that I will go back to about what Adam Schefter said is he said he will now try to help replace Josh Sweat, which obviously he's in Arizona, so that's valid, and Brandon Graham. Now, Brandon Graham, we don't know what's going on with him. You know, like he hasn't officially announced whether he's retiring or not yet. So I feel like we don't quite know yet. But does Adam Schefter know something that we don't? Has the news that Brandon Graham's going to retire, has it just not got out to the public yet? I don't know. But 60 of you guys in here, I appreciate it. Early on a Thursday morning. Hit the like button so we get 60 likes in here. Humble Servant says Aziz Ojulari would be nice if he could stay healthy. He has to be cheap over the next few years, but after this move, I'm not sure we're getting any more free agents for this position. Draft is deep at the D-line. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Again, like I said, I would have loved to get Ojulari from the Giants. I think that probably would have been my number one edge rusher that I wanted. But, you know, this is the move they decided to make. I'm not mad about it at all. I'm sure Ojulari would have been a lot more expensive than this. So I get it. Yeah, again, I think this is a good move. Good, low risk, high reward move. Not guaranteed to really pan out. He's not really guaranteed to make a huge impact, but he could. He could. He's got that potential in him. So I think we got to draft somebody on the edge. That's who I hope. I hope they pick an edge rusher with their first round pick, as long as they got the right guy there. That's what I think. Humble Servant says, I wouldn't count on Graham at this point. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking he's probably going to retire. But we'll see. We don't know that yet. This year feels like a just wait and see. Going to have a lot of younger guys in hopes they all click and develop. Yeah, that's exactly what this is going to be, and it's tough. But it's just kind of what happens. You know, you can't pay everybody. We got all these guys on big contracts. We got all these guys coming up that are set to get paid that we're going to want to give big contracts to. And, you know, we had a lot of free agents that we're just going to go, since we won the Super Bowl, get paid elsewhere. So you can't keep everybody. This is the tough thing about winning. But I think we'll be okay. We still got one of the most talented rosters, if not still the most talented roster in football. A lot of good young players that have potential, got good coaching, especially on the defensive side of the ball. A lot of the young guys are on defense. Got Vic Fangio, so I feel good. Jim All says, so does this mean that Trey Hendrickson's out of reach for us? Sorry. I think he already was out of reach for us, because he's going to get paid probably like 30, 35 million a year, like in that range. I feel like he's 30 years old, and we don't really have the money to be giving that out to other guys. When you got Jalen Carter coming up next year, you're going to probably have to pay 35 million a season. And also you got Cam Jurgens. You got to extend this offseason, Reed Blankenship. Nolan Smith coming up as well soon. And even like a couple years down the road, you got Q and Coop who got to get paid. So I don't think that we're going to be signing someone like, or trading for someone like Trey Hendrickson and paying them a huge contract, like I've said in previous videos. That's 2 commercials. Dude, I got to. This is gonna be a shorter stream, and I don't even know what I was gonna do today. I still don't really know what my plan is. Today's an interesting day for me, but we'll see. I definitely got a video coming tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. He says, so he signed Justin Simmons. Not that I know of. Do you know something that I don't? Let me check. I mean, I guarantee you we haven't, but let's see. Let's see here. Let's see if we've done anything. And I don't see nothing. No Justin Simmons move. Nope. Nope. All right. Okay, Gary, you don't gotta spam, but So we'll probably get best player on Tennessee one way or another. Yeah, we got Tennessee. They got a history of giving us their best player, or one of their best players. I think Derrick Henry was probably their best player when he was there, but yeah. Is Justin still a free agent? Yes. Humble Servant says, I don't want Simmons. I'm like if we're going to get rid of CJ Gardner-Johnson, I would rather not pay a safety. I'd rather not pay a safety. I'd rather either see what you got in Sidney Brown and add someone who's a little cheaper to compete with him, or you draft somebody. I don't think you pay a veteran if you're going to get rid of CJ already. Has there been any reports of where Becton is going? I actually don't think so. I haven't seen anything. We'll see. Again, yesterday there was the report from Schefter saying that he was like, you kind of just glazed over it real fast, but it sounds like he's probably not going to be back, which makes sense again because we got Kenyon Green, first round pick from 2022 that's been disappointing, but he's a guard. Stallon's going to get the most out of him. So with that and having Tyler Steen, I feel like you're probably not going to get Mekhi Becton back at this point. And Schefter, what he said, he just kind of glazed over it. He was talking about the Eagles draft picks in the next 2 seasons, but he pretty much said, expect to not have Becton back. Andrew says, I think Sidney and Cine can battle out. That's true. I keep forgetting about Lewis Cine, who we signed before the Super Bowl. So, he's a Georgia guy, another one of those Georgia Bulldogs, played with, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, those guys. Nolan Smith, all them. So, yeah, he could be interesting. I think he was picked in the first round in what draft was it? Was it 2022? I think it might have been 2022, but I'm not sure on that. I think he was the 32nd pick. Draft pick. Let me just double check. I might sound stupid right now. Who knows? No, I was right. Yeah, first round, 2022. Yeah, pick 32. I don't know if much else is going on. I think, again, I don't know what my plan is for today. I might stream again later, or I could put out a video for you guys. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, give me your guys' thoughts going on with the Uche thing. Again, I think it's a good low risk, high reward signing. I don't expect him to be the answer at edge rusher, but I think it's a good move for 1 year. Probably cheap because we don't know the details as I base this video. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know if I got enough stuff to talk about. I got to do more research on this move to give my more fleshed out opinion. I feel like when I come on here and stream, when we sign somebody, I feel like my opinions are like they're not quite as well thought out as when I get to do the videos, because when I do the videos, I get to plan it out a little bit more, do more research, think about, everything, think through it. But this is kind of more my initial raw reaction. Right now, I feel good about it. Again, I don't think it's the last thing we do at the edge rusher position, but I think it's a good, solid, low risk, high reward move. You have a good channel, bro. There's quite a few, and I've been gravitating back here. I appreciate that, bro. I know there's a lot of other guys out there. A lot of them definitely they pull some better numbers than I do. So I appreciate you coming back here. Those guys are great too, though. But yeah, there's not much else more to say. I'll probably stay on for a couple more minutes. Just wanted to give my initial thoughts and reactions to the Eagles signing Josh Uche again. As I said probably 1,000 times now, I think it's a good, low-risk, high-reward signing. But yeah, other than that, I don't think it's not like a huge – more than likely it's not a huge game-changing move unless, you get best-case scenario and he has another season like he did in 2022 when he had 11.5 sacks. Commercial number 3, bro. Okay, I'm out of here, bro. All right, I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, Gary, for stopping by. Yeah, I mean, I'll try and put something out later today. I don't know what that's going to be. Definitely got to do something for tomorrow because you'll see why tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, I don't got much else more to say. But I appreciate all you guys for stopping by. I'll have something out later. More than likely, we'll see. But yeah, appreciate all you guys for watching. Again, Eagles signed Josh Uche to a 1-year deal. I think it's a good move, but we'll see how it all pans out. We'll see how the edge rusher competition shakes out in training camp, whether they want to draft somebody. Lots of stuff still to come in free agency. So make sure you guys are subscribed. You get your notifications turned on so you don't miss any other videos or live streams, anything like this. And 55 of you in here. So make sure you hit the like button. And with all that being said, that's pretty much all I got. So I will see you either later today or 100% you're going to see me tomorrow. So yeah, appreciate all you guys. Peace.